Jungi Han can now change to the musician job. Once I get everyone up to maximum bond level, I'll feel a lot better about, I'll feel a hell of a lot better about moving them out of the party. But until then, like, if I move them out of the party, they only get a fraction of their, the battle experience. So that's just inefficient. And I don't want to do that. Like, everyone else is getting 100% XP. So with this configuration, everybody gets 100% XP from every fight. If I move Zhao and Jungi out of the party, then they get less, and I don't want that, because then they're going to start leveling it at uneven rates, and that sucks. Everybody with the Suji decks. Really good, actually. Only a few more to go. This helped. Man of mystery who loves a good fight. Toys with foes in a deadly dance and tears them apart with his infamous knife. Why does it say I've defeated Majima 4? Because of the shadow doppelgangers counted. That's actually hilarious. Save. Very, very save. Alright, now where's that underground dungeon? I believe it's there. I don't want it. Oh my god, they're everywhere. I'm not gonna be able to avoid that. I mean, I feel like Majima's like fast-moving after images is what they're going for. But I also don't think that the game has any intention whatsoever of explaining it. Good shit. Goodbye. Yeah, because we haven't really talked about how, like, all of the battle sequences are just Ichiban hallucinating, like, Dragon Quest shit, right? So I assume that's what you're getting at. Is like, this is Ichiban seeing something through his RPG tinted glasses that's not actually happening. I mean, it's fine if you don't want to call it hallucinating. I mean, I don't think it necessarily does. Hallucinate to me... Alrighty. Hallucinate to me just means you're seeing something there that isn't there. That could be for any number of reasons. It can be for mental illnesses or impairment. It can be because of, Leave and save again. It can be because of, like, substances. It can be because of, like, some sort of physical condition. Like you're feverish or something. Like, there's any number of reasons why you, any number of reasons why you would see something that's not. Alright, so... This does not... This doesn't look like it's going to be helpful to us. Yeah, that's... These are worse than the surface fights. The question is, do they get stronger later? I kind of feel like it's just, hey, you can redo this dungeon if you want. Oh, shit. He wasn't kidding when he said I won't be able to get back easily. I guess we have to just do this. Well, alright. Here we go. Oh boy. We auto-battling. Alright, this... I think take the offensive was basically telling them use the strongest skill you have every time, which is not really what I want. Also, Mal, like, you're the one with medical training, so, like... If you say that, oh dear. No. Well, that's unfortunate. Yeah, if you're telling me that hallucination specifically medically implies mental illness or impairment, then I will remember that and not use that turn of phrase in the same way in the future. But just know that that's not what I was going for. Wait, hang on. I was also hoping this would be better. But I guess this is probably what I should have done, like, 6 chapters ago. Oh, damn. That dude's healthy. I was just gonna say, most of the time in a, most of the time, those are barriers they put up in Yakuza that you can break, but I don't know how. Oh no, it's detergent. He's unfazed. Yeah, sure. We're not going to gain much from it. We're not going to gain much from this but materials. Get you a demolitionist. Is that a job? Is that a job you have to, like, unlock? Because I don't believe that's something I've seen. Adachi is using Foreman. Which I guess is like construction related, and so is therefore probably like demolition related. So that makes sense if that's what you're talking about. And it's true, I have not put Ichi on that job yet. Whoa, shiny. Yeah, that would be helpful. Not gonna lie. I mean, it's a little late now, but... Does it have to be Ichiban? Like, can Adachi use it now? Because that would help. Well, what are you gonna do? I guess we're just gonna have to fight through a bunch of auto battles. I absolutely love that they have a dude in this party named New Age Hippie. Because that is a hard Earthbound reference, and I am here for it. Also, Twitchy streamer. Thanks, Nanba. Mal, is your water generally not free? Or are you referring to, like, bottled water? Yeah, whatever, man. One hitman? One hitman. Oh. Oh. Well, that's cool, but also not actually good at all. Oh, well, that's not too bad. It's not a Flint situation. Okay. You learn demolish on the foreman job. Got it. What just exploded over there and why? Oh no, 6! Awesome. Yeah, this is just redoing the whole dungeon again. That's really all this is. Push yourself too far ahead. No, like, I'm fine with pushing forward if it's worth it. But is it worth it, though? So this is the real question, is like... does this continue to descend and we get into, like, stronger and stronger areas? Because that then would become worth it. Or it kind of seems like I'm just doing the same thing over again. Hang on, I'm gonna look this up. I'm gonna look this up rather than waste all my time. While the game plays itself for a bit. One actually nice thing about this is that even though we're kind of, even though it's kind of a waste of time in terms of like XP and materials, because it's kind of too low level for us, we are gaining bond level with each character as we do this. So, like, that's something. What? Huh? Hold on, what's going on here? Get the hell out of here. What's the deal with him? Why is he taking 1 damage from everything? What is this? I'm trying to think of which of these is... I think it's this one that just does a bunch of kicks. Yeah. All right. So that happened. I don't know that this fight was necessarily worth this, but seeing someone in here that doesn't go down to just like simple basic attacks seemed worth giving a look at. Oh, I got my chestnuts back. Good. Okay, what was the deal with that? I'm like... There were metal bats in both of those safes. That's where I came from. Okay. I mean, the stuff I'm picking up in here isn't, like, crazy useful, but there's no reason not to get it. Hello, everybody. Okay, yeah, we can just auto battle through this again, and I'm gonna keep looking. Boy, I wish you wouldn't do that. Okay, so essentially for this point in the game, the Sotenbori Battle Arena is the best place for leveling up. And going through this is probably not worth it, but it does seem like there is a unique boss for going through it again, so I guess we'll just finish it up. Hello. Ow. Ow. I just keep looking at the level up bar for the jobs and getting sad. Yeah, this is... Hey, you. Yes. I figured you probably were, but, you know. I know. I was like, this is probably not a big deal and you're probably muted, but what if, you know, what if I start marking out about something at the one moment you're not muted and everyone's like, what? Oh no, they're on the roid rage. Hey Taylor, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, you missed the Majima fight and it was a good one. To bring you back up to speed, to bring you back, well, actually, do you want me to bring you back up to speed, or do you want to just like hit up the VOD and find out? Because we're here only because I thought this would be a good opportunity to grind, but it's not. This would have been a good opportunity to grind like 5 chapters ago. But now it's honestly kind of useless. So I'm just kind of going through the motions. Stop giving me bats. I had to take some time to look it up to make sure there wasn't something I'm missing. But no, what I'm missing is I should have done this a long time ago. And that's why it's not useful right now. Ugh. All right, clue you in. All right, I'm just gonna give you one conclusion that we got to with the previous cutscene, and that is that here we are in Yakuza 7, right? We got a new cast of characters. We're in a new town. New everything, right? We got a full reset on the series. Kiryu's not the guy anymore. Everything's a full reset. Okay? So, having said that, everything is Daigo's fault. That is what we have found. We showed up, we fought Majima and Saejima. And then Arakawa and Daigo showed up at the top of the stairs and started explaining the situation. And TLDR, Daigo was like, oh yeah, I told him to do that. That was my fault. I'm more upset that than I should be at the fact that he also has that move. He did, and I'm mad about it. So if every attack only does 1 damage, then the move is use the moves that hit multiple times. Hey, that actually did give XP. Okay, that was big worth. Okay. I just want to say, I did not read that as beasts at first. I was confused. Essentially, Teller, the story is, basically, Arakawa's son, who we now know as Ryo Aoki, essentially said, hey, Pops, I need you to betray the Tojo clan and give me inside information so that I can bring it down as part of my revitalization plan as Tokyo governor. And if you don't, I will arrest you. I will twist every anti-Yakuza law in existence to arrest you over and over and over and over again. And every other Tojo clan I can get my hands on. Until the entire clan just collapses from the inside. So essentially, work with me or I'm going to screw over the entire leadership. And so Daigo was like, all right, listen. If you tell him no, then he's just going to extend the, he's going to arrest you. He's going to have you arrested, and he's going to extend the offer to some other family, and eventually someone will take it. Did I backtrack? Shit. I thought it was weird I didn't see any enemies. There's no way past them, right? Yeah, okay, I messed up. Sorry. Sorry. So Daigo's plan was like, okay, listen. Do what he says. Make him think you're working with him. We'll all exile from Kamurocho and make him think he won. But then a plan. then a plan will happen. And we don't know what the plan is yet. But it involves disbanding the Tojo clan and the Omi Alliance. We had this conversation in Omi Alliance headquarters. And apparently the Omi are on board with this plan to disband the entire, like, both of the top 2 Yakuza organizations in Japan. And currently we are at step 3 question mark, step 4 profit. Hey guys. Well, that worked out. Would you like to join us, Jungi? I suspect, and this is... because the thing that was the question that was raised here was essentially, hey, you can't just disband the entire clan and expect everyone to just sit down and take it. Don't you think there's going to be some backlash and some people who are like, fuck that, we're not just going to go home, we got nowhere else to go. We're going to fight to keep these things alive. I assume that the plan is to basically, like, on paper, disband the leadership of both of the Yakuza factions, thereby turning a bunch of loose cannon punks loose in the street, creating mass chaos. Well, this is new. So essentially, the idea being like, all right then, you want the Yakuza gone? Let's show you what shit's like when we're not here to keep things in check. We did it. We are filling out that Suji Dex, though. Can't be mad about that. So I think that's the big plan, is just turn everyone loose and show them how fucked up things get when there's not some sort of, like, order in place. But that's just my conjecture. That's the only thing I can think of as being like a big plan that involves disbanding both of the big, disbanding both of the major players. That's the only thing that I can think of that would be a thing, because Aoki's whole popularity is based on like, oh yeah, we've, you know, basically we've cut crime. Oh hey, look, it's Shido. Yeah, essentially, yeah. Like, everyone's talking about, oh, we got to get rid of the gray zones. Like, we have to eliminate these people that live outside of the law. And it's like, okay. What if instead of having actual, like, an actual order for those things to exist within, what if actually just crime everywhere? Completely random with no order or control whatsoever. And I think the idea is that he's going to tout the disbandment of the two major Yakuza clans as like a major accomplishment. And then shit's gonna go up in flames, and everyone's gonna be like, oh god, this was a terrible idea. Shit was better when the Yakuza were here. So it's that whole situation where, like, yeah, okay, you think you want this, but you haven't actually thought through what that means. Oh no. We have. And the theme of this game has been, like, a lot of these things are necessary. A lot of these are like, a lot of these things that they seem to want to get rid of are things that ultimately are helpful, because there are a lot of people that don't have anywhere else to go or anything else to do. I'm kind of irritated that that drink only increases money for the person who drinks it. So I strongly feel that that's the theme we're gonna go for here. Is basically like... I go back to thinking about the old guy on his deathbed, with Aoki standing over him being like, talking about like, hey, look forward to the younger generation tearing down everything that you built, because it like, I'm gonna go in and do some new shit. And he was just like, God, you're really naive. Like, you really think it's gonna be that simple? And it wasn't clear exactly what he meant by that, but I think we can... I think that's the direction we're heading towards, is like, oh, you think it's just gonna work out like that, huh? You're just gonna crush the Yakuza and remove the gray zones and everything's gonna be fine, right? Sorry, I'm skipping attack cutscenes because we've kind of been through this. We've been through a lot of this before, so, you know. Oh yeah, and that's another thing, Teller, is like... Alright, so you want to talk about, like, the gray zones of the law? Like, you've got a permit to protest, but it says that you have to march. And if you stop walking to talk, then like technically you're not marching, and you don't have a permit for that. That's technically loitering. Like, how far do you want to take this? Like the politics of like gotcha laws can be taken to whatever extent you want, and eventually you'll get burned by them. I mean, that is in fact what they did. Essentially, it became violence. It was like... It was essentially, yeah, how about you shut up, though? God, those are so beefy and tanky. So I feel like that's my prediction on where the story's going, because it seems a lot like they're bringing us to the conclusion of like, yeah, you need this here more than you think. Like, is this a perfect solution? Nah. But this is a preferable alternative to what you're gonna get without us. I'll be honest with you all, I'm kind of annoyed that I'm doing this right now. This whole dungeon situation. Like, I feel like I'm wasting my time, except for like a couple of things. And I probably should have just pushed the story forward. Although I am glad I'm filling out the Suji decks a little bit. No, 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 no. Don't be sorry. Don't be sorry. Ultimately, I was... Roomba boss. Roomba boss. Roomba boss!